Hey, this is I'm already back at it. It's the same day. This was even harder than the last card. I thought this card is piss poor, to be honest. Uh, it ended in Rhodes versus Flair, but still, it's piss poor. Like, go back and watch it. Just that could have been so much better. Like, there's no excuse. Your biggest show of the year, you do this. This is like WrestleMania 4. Not as big a clusterfuck, probably, but yeah, it should have been a lot better. This was forgettable. My card is unforgettable. I like it. We'll see if you like it. Let's get it going. Okay, this card had a lot of filler. So mine's all killer, no filler. Our first match, which is the weakest match of the night, which I still consider pretty strong considering it's a squash match. Yes, a squash on a major show. Ivan and Nikita Koloff killing Manny Fernandez and Mike Graham. I mean, yeah, they're good, like quick, fast wrestlers and everything. And Fernandez has the dirty mullet, which is pretty cool. But they got to go down in under 3 minutes. Uh, just establishes the dominance of the Koloffs. Then we get a special attraction, superstar Billy Graham, who was on the card, versus Butch Reed, who wasn't, but he could have easily been because he was part of the NWA. Butch Reed wins. End of that story. If you just tried to have someone win, they're both outsiders. I mean, it's good to have them in there. Then we have the NWA United States Heavyweight Championship. Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, versus Dorry Funk Jr. How could this match not score? Modern day kind of legend and Dusty Rhodes, the son of the plumber, versus an all-time legend in Dorry Funk Jr. I mean, obviously, Dorry gives Dusty the rub. Rhodes wins. You just got a good match. The crowd would be hot for this. Rhodes would get a lot of momentum going, possibly a world's title coming up. Okay, then we had the NWA World Television Championship. Yeah, I put it above the United States Championship, but for one reason. Ricky Steamboat I have as the champion, and he's continuing his momentum. This is his biggest match yet against Tenryu from Japan, which this could have been possible. It was all Japan. They had a strong connection. Tenryu actually won his first title around this time. It was an NWA championship, so definitely could have happened. Steamboat would go over. It'd probably be a 30-minute match, like a long match. Just really establish how tough Steamboat is. Show that Tenryu wasn't just some chump. Like, you'd have Tenryu come in and pull a bunch of squashes beforehand. Like, I would just throw it together. Not WCW. And then we have a 2 out of 3 falls match for the NWA World's Tag Team Championships. Terry Bam Bam Gordy and Kerry Von Erich, the champions, versus Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard. This is before the split between NWA and World Class, so this is definitely plausible. I would have Gordy and Von Erich be the invading heels, dominating the JCP tag team division for at least like 6-8 months. Anderson and Blanchard would be kind of they would be the faces in this instance, but they'd be more tweeners. They would get the crowd reaction, obviously, because they would be the protecting their home turf and winning back the belts. Anderson and Blanchard go over. Tully and Arn. Okay, now we're getting to the main event. We need a lot of build-up for this stuff. It's been 1 year. We'll do it like this is the promo. It's been 1 year since Ric Flair failed to capture the World's Heavyweight Championship. Now he's back to claim his prize and to fulfill his destiny. Ric Flair will either become the NWA World Champion or he will leave Jim Crockett Promotions and the NWA forever. He is Ric Flair, and this is his Flair for the gold. Okay, you have that. And then you just kind of build up how Flair is. He's been trying to claim his world title shot, his rematch. He's been working so hard, going through everyone he can, but Race just keeps throwing stuff in his path, just shitting all over him. He can't get to it. He even puts the $25,000 bounty on Flair's head, which he did only a year earlier. I held this off for a reason. Flair's career is nearly ended by a pile driver on the commentator's table, which I stole from the Terry Funk feud in '89. But Flair comes back even harder and just keeps training, and this is the only way Flair can do it. Here's what he says on the mic. This is it, big man. You and me. Come on, brother. I win the gold. I beat you. I'm the champion. The gold is mine. You beat me. I leave Jim Crockett Promotions and the NWA forever. Hell, I'll retire. What do you say, champ? Okay. Race pauses. Well, Flair, I hear the supermarket's hiring. You better fill out the application. You're on. Yes. So Flair goes, wait a minute, old man. You're going to be the one retiring. After I beat you, you will be so humiliated, you will retire. Right? Flair says this. The old man comes back. Flair, if you can beat me, I will retire. Now this is a big deal. This is, you know, I'm actually doing a thing where I can take people out. If one of these guys loses, they're gone. They're not wrestling anymore. They can work behind the scenes and book and, you know, basically be an agent, but they're gone. So here's what Flair says in response. One more thing, old man. This match is no regular match. There's none of your cronies coming in. No one's claiming any bounties. This is going to be inside a 15-foot high steel cage. I know my Flair's not good. No way in, brother. No way out. You and me, let's do this. I am going to become the world's heavyweight champion, whether you like it or not. Learn to love it. Woo! You got that? You got that set up. Here's the match. Steel cage. NWA World's Heavyweight Championship. The champion Harley Race versus the hungry challenger, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Flair and Race just, they go at it hard. They bust each other. They just beat the hell out of each other. Maybe Race knocks a tooth out. I don't know. This has got to be really hard. Okay, Flair catches Race climbing over the cage. He overwhelms him. Race wants to get out of there, which shows that Flair is dominant. Flair chops Race. Huge chop. You get a couple woos in the crowd. Flair then close fist hits Race as hard as he can in the chin. Hooks him in the vertical suplex, or suplex as Gordon Sully would say, off the cage. All Bret Hart, No One Hart, 94. Flair gets the cover. 1, 2, 3. The crowd would just pop huge for a move like that, especially back then when it would be unheard of. Your winner and new NWA World's Heavyweight Champion, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Woo! Crowd loses their shit. The conquering hero is being paraded around on the shoulders of his comrades with the NWA crown held high above his head, tears streaming down his face. Only one thing I got to say about this. There's another year coming. Will Flair hold the title? To be the man, you gotta beat the man. Woo!